Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I welcome all of you from the MMK Hub for today's lecture of Anatomy of Neck. It is the second lecture of series of 2 lectures on the anatomy of neck. First of all, root of neck. Root of neck is present at the thoracic inlet. It is bounded anteriorly by the manubrium sterni and posteriorly by the body of the first thoracic vertebra. And laterally, on both sides, there is first rib along with their costal cartilages. The contents of root of neck include the copula of the pleura, which extends up into the neck over the apex of lung, 2 to 3 centimeters above the medial third of the clavicle. Second is the subclavian vein, then the thoracic duct and right lymphatic duct. Subclavian artery and 2 nerves, vagus nerve and the phrenic nerve, are present in the root of neck. Muscles of the neck. Muscles of the neck include the sternocleidomastoid muscle, trapezius muscle, omohyoid muscle, superior and inferior belly, anterior and posterior belly of digastric muscle, and strap muscles, which include the sternoid, omohyoid, thyroid, and sternothyroid. In the next few slides, we will see these muscles diagrammatically. What are their locations in the neck? First of all, we see the muscles of neck from the anterior view. As you can recognize here, behind the mandible and the hyoid bone is the digastric muscle on both sides. Lateral to the digastric muscle is the mylohyoid muscle. Both of these muscles are attached to the at one end to the hyoid bone. This is the hyoid bone and then the thyroid cartilage. If we notice on the lateral side of thyroid cartilage, there is the sternohyoid muscle and then the superior belly of omohyoid muscle. And this superior belly of omohyoid muscle is continued with the inferior belly of omohyoid muscle in the supraclavicular region. Then the sternohyoid muscle, and if we see here on the left side, there is the scalene muscle on the lateral side of the neck. Below is the clavicle, and as you can notice here, clavicle is attached with the sternocleidomastoid muscle, which is attached at one end at the mastoid process, and at the other end there are 2 bellies of the sternocleidomastoid muscles which are attached to the sternum and the medial side of the clavicle. Then beneath the clavicle, there is the pectoralis major muscle, and on the lateral side and the back, there is the trapezius muscle. Now, if we look these muscles of the neck from the posterior side, the main muscles include the semispinalis capitis muscle on that side of the neck. Then on the lateral side, there is sternocleidomastoid muscle, which is attached at the mastoid process. Then the splenus capitis muscle, levator scapulae muscle on the lateral side, and posteriorly and laterally, the trapezius muscle, the main bulky muscle on the back of the neck. And if we remove the trapezius muscle, underneath the trapezius muscle is the levator scapulae muscle, serratus posterior superior, and then the muscles attached to the scapula and the shoulder region, which include the supraspinatus, rhomboids major and minor, infraspinatus, teres minor, teres major, and then the muscles of the upper back, which include the spinalis, iliocostalis, triceps brachii, and latissimus dorsi muscles. This is the posterior view of the muscles of the neck and the upper back. This is the same diagram which is showing the division of the muscle into suprahyoid region and the infrahyoid region. As you can notice here, suprahyoid This muscle groups are divided on the basis of the hyoid bone. The muscles present superior to the hyoid are called the suprahyoid muscle, and they include the geniohyoid, digastrate, mylohyoid, and sternohyoid muscles. And the infrahyoid muscles, which include the thyroid muscle, omohyoid muscle, sternohyoid, and the sternothyroid muscles. This is the view of the muscles of the neck from the lateral side. You can see here, on laterally, we can recognize two main muscles. One is the sternomastoid muscle, and then on the back side, there is the trapezius muscle.